we doing frame-wise? All right, just a little warm-up, and got this foam roller on one side. That's going to be the direction to where I'll go. Welcome to Foam Rollerama. My name is Vivian. This is a brief 30-minute session. We'll be using the foam roller, Pilates-based exercises for a little bit of balance, a little bit of myofascial release. We'll just kind of throw it all in. Starting with a nice tall posture. Inhale wide to the ribs and exhale. Think of the breathing as an opportunity to start your abdominal workout. Work the abs from the inside out. As you exhale, closing the ribs. I'm leaning to one side and with mostly my forearms on the foam roller, stretching sideways. Ooh, this is the first time I've bent sideways this morning, so everything is just awakening along the side seam of my body. We'll be doing several of these, so take your time. As you go a little bit farther and a little bit farther, keep your shoulders far away from your ears. At all times, aware of your posture and your alignment, and in this case, the neck and shoulder relationship. Keep the shoulders away from your ears, and then return. This time, I will side bend, and when I rotate, I'll place both hands on the roller. Bring the roller just to about a 45-degree angle. Push out and return. Push out, return. Notice how when you push out, you can feel again all of the connective tissues from the base of the arm down past the ribs to the waistline. As I come back upright, I'm going to lift my arm and finish what might have looked like a cartwheel. All right, roll it to the other side. Start with the easy, awakening, lateral stretch. Each time you go, right, survey the checklist, if you will. Is the butt anchored? Are your legs relaxed? Is there a lift at the rib cage? Is there a lengthening, a stretching at the waistline? Is there a connective tissue stretch from ribs to armpits to the back of the arms? And then return. This time, I'll come up and over, and when I rotate, I'm turning my body. It's hard to square off, so bring the foam roller just a little bit to accommodate a squaring off through the shoulders. Push forward and pull backward. I'm trying to push evenly with both arms, but I recognize one arm is shorter than the other. Press. At least that's how it feels. Push away, remove the arm from the roller, and finish your faux cartwheel. My foam roller is in the front of me now, and I'm going to be pushing, not as much hands, but I'll get down to forearms. Sink your head down and push, push, push forward. When you start to come back with your ribs first, so the ribs will stack up, and the head is the last thing to arrive. When you repeat, head first, like you're diving downward and reaching forward, and then come back slowly, anchor the base of your butt, and return, stacking so the head is the last thing to arrive. Nicely done. I'm going to begin with roll down and roll up, first without the foam roller, and then we'll include the foam roller, enhancing the experience. Starting with roll down, roll up, be sure there's space behind you. So my rear end is near the 50-yard line, if you will. I can start by holding on to the backs of my thighs and just introduce this rounded position. On the inhale, sit up as straight and tall as you can. Each time you exhale, scoop deep in the abdominals, rounding back. Each time you come forward, lengthen through the neck, drop your shoulders. I'll continue this time with no holding on, relying on my abdominals and a keen sense of energy and balance. Inhale. Arms coming straight forward, rolling up. And ideally, you didn't have to grab your thighs, but grab your thighs if it's necessary. Arrive softly. Inhale. Lifting through the arms and lifting the rib cage. So we'll just do one more. As you exhale, coming all the way back, notice your slow, controlled, intentional pace. Rolling up. Straighten your legs out in front of you so we can sneak in a brief stretch. As you reach forward, feel free to grab your feet or your pants or the mat and pull forward, but don't hold your breath. It's counterproductive. Coming backward, my arms remain very long, abdominals have scooped in, and I'll soften my landing. Stretch arms and legs and waistline. Rolling up. Reach forward, once more, stretch, and coming back. All of these roll down and roll ups are very traditional in the Pilates programming so that your spine is bending and your abdominals are recruiting. This time, catch one leg. Hold on to that leg so you're getting a brief stretch. Come back slowly, and bring your leg with you. Stay for a moment and we'll do 6 giant kicks. Lower the leg down, kick 1. Lower the leg, kick 2. Here's kick 3. I'm ready for 4. Last one, catch. Oh, 5 is not 6, is it? All right, so 6 and catch. I got lost track. Holding onto your leg, lift your head, rolling up. Come on up to seated. Again, organize, rounding back, inhale, scoop the abdominals. Come back and take your time. Land softly. Yes. Get ready, roll up, catching the other leg. Once you have a good hold of it, make sure you're stretching and not just pulling back from the leg. Hold it up and then bring it back with you. Softening your landing. Get ready for giant kicks. Lower the leg swiftly. 1. Lower the leg. 2. And then 3. Nice job. 4. I'm counting. This is 5. Catch the last one. Catch it. Hold on for a moment. Lifting your head. Rolling up. We got a lot of roll down and roll ups in. So now it's time to place the mat on the roller. Place the roller on the mat. I just heard what I said. Come to sitting at the absolute end of the foam roller. What you may or may not know about the use of the foam roller in Pilates exercises is, in this case, it'll help to raise awareness of your spinal alignment. We'll be landing the sacrum, that flat section of the pelvis, some ribs, and certainly the shoulder blades and the back of the head. So as you look straight forward, not at the screen, make your way backward and strategize. Every single vertebrae, bone. A few ribs. Ooh, shoulder blades. And then the back of your head. It's really important that the back of your head is on the roller. And if you're a little taller than I am, there's a likelihood that your head went off the end. So scoot down if necessary. Bring your feet in a little bit closer, and also a rule of thumb, you should know, the wider you plant your feet, the less likely you'll fall over. So, if you interpret it in the reverse, it is much more challenging if you narrow the position of your feet. I don't recommend close your feet, just bring them in, maybe hips width. We're going to begin with arms and shoulder blades, raising awareness. I'll keep my back arm very tall, so you can see the difference between my front arm, tall, and my front arm, short. To do that is a pull of the shoulder blade. I am opening the shoulder blade across my back and closing the shoulder blade down onto the foam roller. Once you've done this a couple of times, you don't need all those words to describe the movement. Lift, lower. I'm going to lift and stay up so the other arm can participate. Now this is my back arm, lengthening, lowering. The shoulder blade is opening and the shoulder blade is closing. Or shoulder blade off the roller, shoulder blade on the roller. And once more, up, and I will lower the shoulder blade, and then second arm, lower the shoulder blade. Both of my shoulder blades came down and basically locked around the foam roller. Open the arms nice and wide to the sides. Your knuckles might hit the floor. Raise the arms up toward the ceiling. Now this is a simple action, but as I give you more tips and coaching notes, you're going to want to keep your arms long. You're going to want to move slowly. And then I'm asking, do not touch the floor anymore. Don't touch the floor. Keep your head centered, looking up toward the ceiling, or close your eyes. continue, where are your shoulder blades now? Make sure the shoulder blades have remained on the foam roller. No excuses here. Heavy arms, heavy shoulder blades, molding, wrapping around the foam roller. Next time my arms are up, I keep my arms up. But you should know, this is going to become a challenging balance exercise. If you need safety, your arms will come down. I'm going to start with the risky arms up. Knee lift, in that my foot lifts from the floor. Put your foot down softly, second knee lift, and then put your foot down on the floor. All of this is done at a controlled and slow pace. If you've never done this before, well then stay safe and keep your arms down on the floor. Secondly, avoid kicking the legs, so we're not doing the can-can, at the Moulin Rouge in Paris, France. Just doing a knee lift, like you're a little marching toy and the marching toy landed on its back. And every lift is still very calculated and very precise and requiring awareness. Enough of that. With both of my feet flat and both of my arms open wide, now I am going to raise my leg and my two arms. Everything comes up, up, up. All three, down, down, and down. Switch legs. As you're concentrating on the exercise, it may be really challenging in the beginning, or it might have been really, really easy. And the likelihood that it's really, really easy is that you're probably doing something incorrectly. So I have my heel down on the floor and a little bit further away. Like I opened my knee about 3 more inches of extension, and my heel is farther away when it lands. My arms remain straight and long, and I do not touch the floor. And I can do this with my with my eyes closed if I were not looking at the camera. I'm doing only one more to emphasize that I am doing knee lift with my heel landing softly. Rest. Bring the feet in closer again and feet flat. Let's do a leg pattern now. So my elbows are down on the floor. I am using my elbows on the floor. Straighten one leg. Have a moment. You've already stretched out the back of that leg briefly, so straight leg. When you bend the knee, allow your ankle to cross over the other thigh. We'll call it gentleman sitting in a chair. Then straighten leg up toward the ceiling and replace your foot on the floor, but don't drop. Here's leg number 2. Equally attentive to the straight leg, and then the knee bend with the open hip. Again, straight leg to ceiling and replace foot to floor. Here's leg number 1. Straight up, knee bend, straight up, foot to floor. Leg 2, straight up, knee bend, straight up, foot to floor. Continue, up, up, knee bend, straight up, and floor. Leg 2, up, knee bend, straight up, and floor. What we just did was rehearse the leg movement. You want to make sure that you're moving the legs accurately, because now lift your elbows off the floor. If you are concerned about falling, if you don't want to bang your elbow on the floor, you may want to have your hands hovering, just in case, just in case, just in case. Leg number 1, up, knee bend, straight up, foot to floor. Leg 2, up, knee bend, straight up, foot to floor. And if I'm moving too fast, well then slow down. It's better that you master the exercise in super slow motion with heightened awareness. Slow motion gives your brain enough time to calculate and then recalculate, calibrate and recalibrate as all the data, information and data coming up from your feet and all the information coming up through your spine and then up to your brain is telling your brain, oh man, I think I'm falling. And then your brain has to correct it and recalibrate and prevent you from falling. So slow down if it's necessary. All right? I'm doing the same exercise I am continuing with my arms straight up to the ceiling. My arms are long and tall. My shoulder blades are heavy and wrapped around the foam roller. Close my eyes for at least 2 sets. Eyes closed. Here's lift, cross, lift and down, lift, cross, lift and down. You know, you can always stop the tape if you want to come back and watch this later and practice those moves. My elbows remain on the floor, and now both of my knees are above my hips. Knees above hips. Flex the ankles hard, flex hard. Lower your legs down slowly and softly tap the floor. Wait for slow moving double legs. Of course, this is called heel taps. You can also call it toe taps, but if you're going to do toe taps, then it should be your toe tapping the floor. I'm doing heel taps. This is another one of those subtle exercises that's nuanced. You hardly know exactly what's going on until you've done about 3 or 4. And then soon you will feel your lower abdominals. Those lower abdominals go horizontally. They're called the transverse abdominis, sometimes called TA, transverse abdominis, your TAs. As I continue my heel taps, I am able to lift my arms off the floor, partially because I got good balance, but mostly because my foam roller happens to be a little bit on the flat side. You know, I really can't explain it. It might have been that it was in my car and the heat got to it and the mold started to mash a little bit, the styrofoam. Anyway, so try as best you can to not put your hands down. And this is the last exercise, so we're exiting off of this in 3, 2, 1. Slide off the roller, push it aside. Your back and your neck is more important. Your head down on the floor. Immediately just roll side to side, sort of wrestling with your thoughts. What did I just do? And now we're going to rock and roll. My hands behind my thighs, rock and roll a few times. Come to balancing when you're ready. Balance with me and straighten both legs. Both legs are long. Lift through the spine. Arms up, arms wide, arms front, and lower your legs down. Place the foam roller this time perpendicular. Strategize as to where it will be when you recline back. Right at the shoulder blades. That was pretty good. I'm on my feet. Get on your feet. Pushing the roller north-south, back and forth. My butt is off of the floor. I have elevated my butt off the floor. As I continue to do a whole back roll or whole back massage, I am not including the low back. Once you get to the last rib, you shouldn't go any lower, is my understanding. I am on my shoulder blades when I stop. I could bring my feet in a little bit. I'm just going to roll my body toward the camera, which you know is east-west. I'll roll my body away from the camera, east-west. And in this case, if I'm being very, very specific, facing the camera is, to me, east, and facing away from the camera, west. Now that you understand the directional cues, like I'm the crossing guard, you could still casually north-south while slowly east. What? And west. Notice that I keep my arms elevated so that the shoulder blades can be opened. The shoulder blades are opened across my back. I'm here again on the east side shoulder blade as I roll north-south. I'm center, and I'm on my west side shoulder blade as I roll north-south. I will come to center eventually. Rest your butt down, rest the legs out if you're comfortable, and also rest your head back. This may not be comfortable, so find a place where you can sustain a little bit more of a back bend. I have to bring my roller down, fix my butt. Oh, yeah. This feels pretty good. Your head is very heavy, not just yours, but mine too. So lifting the head, rescue, I like to say, rescue your head. Come on up to seated. Let's change this, let's flip this pancake and cook the other side. My foam roller is in front, and we'll be face down. We will be face down. Foam roller in front. You don't need to see much of my legs, but you do need to see the roller. My foam roller is on the floor, which is why I pulled the mat back. Those of you at home, you may be able to get away with just folding your mat under. so that the foam roller stays on the floor. Make sure that your foam roller stays on the floor. I knew that was going to happen. Forward and back. My forearms are over the foam roller. Not my elbow and not my wrist. Not my elbow and not my wrist. As you ride the foam roller forward and pull the roller backward, this is thumbs down, head forward, palms up as you pull backward. Now what you are working on is your individual mobility. Everyone's back is different. You may be more bendy backward. I am not bendy backward. Make sure you're getting as much bend as you can. My legs are not quite closed and they should be open wider. My legs now open wide. Ooh, yeah. Twice more. You can imagine the benefit of this type of positioning in which if you did this every day, you can help to mitigate that humped over feeling when your head is so heavy, when we're playing with our small devices or slumped in a chair watching a movie. You want your back to be able to bend backwards. One more here. As you arrive at your personal best, keep the neck nice and long. Inhale a little higher, lift, and then come all the way down. You should crawl back into your child's pose. Bring the roller with you. As you sit back on your heels, you can stretch out your arms. My palms stay on the roller. Oof. So I can sink my head down between my arms. Get as much stretch through the armpits as you can. And then we'll move to a Pilates exercise on all fours, hands and knees. As I place the foam roller underneath my shins, my hands are far forward. You could place the palms down flat or come to your knuckles. You want to be on top of your arms, so don't let the arms be out there in front of you. They should be directly beneath you. With careful mindfulness of your big toe, don't let the big toe hang back because it could get caught in the mat. So I'm just saying, you may want to point your feet or point your toes backward. We are pulling the roller while riding the roller. Pull it. We could immediately begin to turn so that my lower body turned toward the camera and then my knees and lower body turned away. Think of it as twisting to the right and twisting to the left. We can do a few more of these, recruit the deepest abdominals. Seriously, slow down. This is an oblique crunch. You should really navigate deep in your gut and turn it on. And we'll do one more. Now when I sink down, I'm on my knees so I can get off my hands. I'm not done with this exercise section, so I'll try to keep my shins on the roller. There's still one more variation in which we can make this more challenging with just one leg. One leg. I have to fix my clothes. All right. I am both shins narrow, close, and then one leg pushing and pull. Switching legs now. Hear me breathing? And I'd say that's enough. All right? So you can come off of your roller. One more, very exciting and very effective and very easy to execute, is bridging. So place your foam roller near the end of the mat. Know where it is because you're going to be reaching for it with your feet. First, I'm rolling backward and forward, rolling like a ball about 3 times. Use the exhale, not the kick, of your legs. Arrive, and then begin to straighten both legs. I know exactly where my roller is. It's not too far away. As I roll backward, my spine is coming back. Straighten out your legs, Vivian. One vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time. Then I'll pull the roller underneath so that both of my feet will be on the roller. It's fairly common for people to just sort of slap their feet on the roller just a little too wide. So stay conscientious of the width of your feet to match your thighs, and think of it all as like railroad tracks, twin railroad tracks. Inhale, get ready. Scooping your abdominals, peeling up. So you've levitated, the ribs are also off the floor. Keep the intensity of your butt. Melt down, which is one vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae, mobilizing the spine. Also used in physical therapy to help improve spine mobility, strengthening the back, and to tighten the buttocks. What a benefit. Pull the abdominals in. You should be standing heavy on your heels. And if you're finding that the foam roller is too difficult for this, well then you would just put your feet on the floor. Do what's best for you. Using the foam roller in this way, there are several benefits. One, you're 6 inches off the floor. You know, your feet are up. Try it again. And so that logic would serve, your ribs could be a little higher off the floor also. I'm all the way on my shoulder blade's edge. Come down slowly, one vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time. Now the foam roller, being that it's round, cylindrical, allows you to push and pull. The push and the pull are small. Concentrate the effort. As you exhale, pushing onto your feet, arrive at the top, and a small push and a big pull. Pull, pull. And if you would rather not accentuate, then just push, pull, push, pull, but don't hold your breath. I'll do 3 more. I like the explosive pull, pull, pull. Now, recruit your glutes. Melt slowly down. Relax your face and don't let the foam roller slide away. Sometimes they escape. Pull them in and we're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to bring my roller a little closer to me. Aha! Inhale. As you exhale, pushing through your feet. Coiling or tilting, pelvis is lifting and my rib peeled off the mat. Fix your pants. Last time, inhale, roller, pull, 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 pull. And if you would rather not be staccato, you can be smooth, which I think is legato, but I can't remember. And the last one, inhale, squeeze your butt, and come on down. One vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae. Oh, it's probably an Italian word, legato, or the opposite of staccato. One leg, not one more, one leg, single leg, baby. So you can either start on one leg, which is more challenging, or start on 2 and remove 1. I'm going to start on 2. As you exhale, arrive, one leg. So you can push-pull the roller, which is pretty daggone challenging, or boost, that's my pelvic thrust. I'm boosting my buttocks up, and I don't know if I can do both. Oh yeah, oh my God. Don't stop breathing. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold the last contraction. Melt yourself down. Woo! Take a quick breather, and then I started on 2 feet, so I'm ready to go. Inhale. As you exhale, I am pressing off on both legs, then removing. Ooh! I practiced the pull, 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 but I wanted to also explore pelvic thrust, and then figured out that I could do both. What? 4, 3, 2, hold this last one and melt yourself down, one vertebrae at a time. Hug your knees back to your chest. You should feel immediate release in the low back and buttocks, and combining hamstrings to buttocks, where they connect at your seat, at the bottom of your buttocks. Straighten the legs and get the stretch, the release, and the back of the knee. All of the tendons and ligaments that were attaching to the hamstrings had been under stress. And so now we are releasing that stress. Knees bending and legs straightening. The, what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional breathing, that you're breathing mindfully. Mindful, that's the word I'm looking for. The mindful breathing will help you to really focus on getting oxygen flowing. Ooh, in the back of the legs. I'm doing one more, and because the foam roller is so close, wait, where is it? So close. I'm rolling up and stuffing the foam roller just wedged under my pelvis. Bringing the legs back over your face. Oh, my foam roller is sliding away. I can feel it. There we go. I've got my hips up, supported, basically supported on the foam roller. My legs are heavy. Gravity is doing some assist. Point your toes and pull your legs down toward your face. Stretch, but don't hold your breath. Whenever I'm in this position, I think of Greg Louganis. You remember him? The Olympic diver? Oh my God. He would jump like backwards off the diving board, which doesn't even matter which way. And he would get into this position. And I would just pretend like I'm spinning in slow motion 3 times. And when I open up, I would dive into the pool and not leave any kind of a ripple or a wake. Greg Louganis. I'm stretching one leg now as I get out of my imaginary Olympic pool. Stretching one leg. Oh my goodness. Switching, take your time, because I'm sure we are right on time. So as you know, if you watch this tape on a playback at another date and time, you can always pause and stop and stay and linger, whatever your body needs to stay longer, to be more effective, or sometimes you need me to just slow down and you need it to be repeated. So know that all of these videos that I'm shooting now are uploaded onto my YouTube channel. They often stay on my Facebook page for a long time too, because I'm a little lazy cleaning that out of the Facebook page. But uploading onto the YouTube channel is always available 24 hours a day. YouTube. Rock and roll forward and back. This is it, the last one. Arrive at the top, stretch out those legs again, but remember not to stay too C-curved here. We want to be a little bit taller. Open up through the chest, like a soccer player, boom, that bounces that ball off of his sternum. Lower your shoulders, focus, arms overhead, arms wide, arms front, and then lower your legs down. All right? Nicely done. Just as I thought. Sit up nice and tall. In fact, you can sit on the foam roller, which will give you sort of a sense of being on a royal throne. So, arrive, feel the butt bones, sit tall. This makes you think, doesn't it? Good. Turn your head, just crank your neck around. Other side, turn your head. And when I come to center, my head will go forward, you know, like a clucking chicken. But more importantly, is the head pulling back. Now when I turn sideways, you can see better. My head is forward, but pulling it back is the exercise. Pull it back. So even after this tape concludes and you might be making breakfast or lunch, try a few times standing up straight with open chest and try pulling the head back. What's going on here? Pulling your head back. Exercising the neck. Those are a few exercises that help to mitigate this whole slumping forward thing, thumbing through your Twitter feed and your Facebook feed and your Instagram and your TikTok and everything else. All right, let's finish with arms. Inhale, arms up. Big exhale. Whoo. So my YouTube channel is called Fit with Viv. Fit with Viv. All 3 words scrunched together. Fit with Viv. YouTube channel. And we've got Pilates foam roller classes, as we just did, foam Rollerama. Also some regular Pilates mat classes. What I do on Fridays includes my little 3.5-pound weights. So if you've got weights or soup cans, you can do that class with or without weights. And also my dance class. Every Tuesday, I do a dance class called Dance Sport Endurance, and I upload usually by Wednesday, and that's a 45-minute dance class. If you're interested in any type of ballroom dancing, which includes salsa, samba, tango, cha-cha, quick-step, paso doble, waltz, Viennese waltz, merengue. I don't do bachata. I don't do bachata. But there are plenty of other dances that you can learn for social events. You know, when we're when we're out of our lockdown and quarantine, we get social. You'll have some dances and you'll be ready. All right, that's really about all I got to say. Thank you for joining me. Bye, Michael. I'll see you tomorrow, I think. Bye.